So you're thinking of moving to Centennial Hills here in Las Vegas, Nevada? Well, in this video, we're going to go through the $500,000 price point, and we'll show you a couple of homes in the fives and see if those fit within what you're looking for. Let's get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about moving to Las Vegas, living in Las Vegas, and the Las Vegas real estate market, go ahead and hit subscribe, tap that bell for notifications, and you'll be the first in the know for everything that's going on here in Las Vegas. My name is Anthony, and I'm a former attorney turned real estate professional who's had roots in the Valley, Las Vegas Valley, since 1981, so I know a thing or two about this city. And like I said, today we are in Centennial Hills, which is the northwest portion of the Las Vegas area. And actually, we are at the Centennial Hills Hospital. And you're probably wondering, why am I doing this video from the Centennial Hills Hospital? Well, this is what anchored in Centennial Hills as the next big development in around 2005. As population was growing and things were getting bigger and more robust down here in Las Vegas, we needed more area to grow. And Centennial Hills, well, it was only called the Northwest Valley at that point, but then they renamed it Centennial Hills as they started developing in 2005. And this hospital is what anchored it all. And what's cool is all around here, you have got tons and tons of stores and commercial area. This has become like the downtown of Centennial Hills. So everything kind of radiates out from this area in the Centennial Hills area. It's a fantastic hospital, one that has all the latest and greatest that you would need in a hospital. And one of the big things that you would need in a growing area is a good place for people to get their health care. And Centennial Hills Hospital has it all. But what we're going to do today, we're going to look at homes in the 500s. We're going to go through 4 different houses in the different 500 range and show you what you can get out here in the Centennial Hills area and see if it fits with what you're looking for. So let's quit talking about it. Let's get to our first house. Let's jump in the car and we'll be on our way. Okay, so we're at our first house here in Centennial Hills in the $500,000 range. And what's cool about this house, it isn't actually at $500,000 exactly. That's what it's being offered for. It's a really nice looking home. It's 1,894 square feet, 3-bed, 3-bath. It was built in 2004. So this is about the original time of when Centennial Hills was being grown up. So this is one of the original neighborhoods that was built up around Centennial Hills. It's got a lot of things going for it. It has had some updates. There's still a little bit that you can do. Comes in at 264 a square foot, but it's a nice house in a nice neighborhood. You can tell, you can see how big the trees are. You can see everything's well maintained. It's a really just a nice area, and everything here is a single-story home for the most part. You don't get a lot of 2-story homes, so that also makes it really a great option if you have mobility needs or your pets have mobility needs, anything like that. It's one of the really nice things about having a single story. And you'll find a lot of these single-story enclaves and single-story developments here in the area. You know, single stories for the most part are more difficult to find in all of Las Vegas. Everything here is built mainly 2 stories. So when you find a nice single story development, it is a great option and one that you should look at. But we'll go ahead and jump in the car. We'll take a look around the neighborhood. Like I said, you can tell this is a little bit newer, 2004, just by some of the different things. Like you'll notice this wrought iron up here on the home here, this finishing. That's a more early 2000s finish, and you can tell how they made things look during that time. But let's stop talking about that. Let's get in the car, let's look at around the neighborhood, and then we'll move on to our next house. Okay, now we are coming to our second house here in Centennial Hills, and you are literally about a mile away from where we started at the Centennial Hills Hospital and that whole downtown Centennial Hills area. So you are very close to everything. In fact, you also have right next to you, you have a Planet Fitness and Albertsons, so you are literally right next to it all. You'll notice here that the construction is a little bit different, and that's because we have gone to 2015 construction. So the last house that we went to was I think it was a 2005, so you were about 10 years older, and you'll see how the houses have changed over the time and the construction has changed a little bit. So this house is actually being offered for $510,000. It's 2,286 square feet, 4 bed, 3 bath, so it's a nice size home. And again, it was built in 2015. It comes out to about $223 a square foot, which is, you know, even a better price point per square foot than our last home. It is well done, very nice home. If you're not in a master plan community here in Centennial Hills, you're going to be in one of these developments. And these developments, a builder comes in and takes 1 to 2 to, you know, a square block of area and develops it in their style. And so they may put, you know, 100 houses, 50 houses here. And that's what you're going to find here in this lovely home. Now, one thing you'll notice, let me see if we can get to it. The house has a really nicely done backyard. However, the lot sizes are a little bit smaller here. You'll see that they put the houses a little bit closer together, but you get a lot of house, you get new construction, and this is pretty much what's happened from mid 2010s on, is we've put more houses on the same square footage, lot square property sizes. So you get a little bit more house, but a little bit less yard, which isn't a bad thing. We still have a ton of parks, a ton of recreation in the area, but that is one of the trade-offs. But again, $510,000, $223 a square foot, 4 bed, 3 bath, pretty fantastic deal. So let's go and take a look at this neighborhood. We'll see what the developer did here. Again, they did a really nice job, and we'll go ahead and take that ride, and then we'll go on to our next house and we'll see what a little bit more in the 500s gets you. Okay, so we're at our next house here in Centennial Hills, and this is in the Providence Master Plan Community. This was one of the very first Master Plan communities here in Centennial Hills, and it's a fantastic, everything feels like it fits. Everything is planned out ahead of time, so you don't get hodgepodge dealings. The markets are where they're supposed to be, the homes are where they're supposed to be, the look and feel of everything is what it's supposed to be, and that is one of the big benefits of moving to a Master Plan community. Now, this home was actually built in 2009, so it's halfway in between our first 2 homes. So we had 2004, 2015. This is 2009. It's offered at $589,900. It's 3,068 square feet, 4 bed, 4 bath. It comes out to $192 a square foot, which is a steal. And now, one of the things that you'll notice about this house and why it's at $192 a square foot for this neighborhood, it is significantly underpriced per square foot, is because it does need some upgrades. Now, it's well maintained, and you could definitely move in here and live here great, but it hasn't been upgraded since 2009, so it has a lot of those finishes that are more reminiscent of 13 years ago or so. So you may want to come in here, steal it at $192 a square foot, put in your flair to it, and make it look exactly like you want. And you know what? For $192 a square foot in Providence, in a gated community, you get a great deal. And like I said, you can go ahead and work overtime. If you're a handy person, you can do it on your own. You can hire it out and still be at a great price per square foot when you're all done renovating. It's just a nice location, and it gives you a kind of a blank palette. Great location, great area. For that price point, I'd snap it up and do something with it real quick. All right, let's take a drive around this neighborhood, see what the rest of the neighborhood looks like, and then we will go on to our last and final house. All right. Okay, so now we're coming up to our final house here in Centennial Hills. Now, this is in the Sky Canyon master plan community. Now, Sky Canyon is one of the newest master plan communities out here to be developed in Centennial Hills, and it is a gorgeous master plan community. It is one that people really are flocking to. It's very well regarded, and a place where a lot of people, like I said, are finding their homes because it is so nice. Now, this is at the upper end of our 500s budget. It's at $595, but it's 2,063 square feet, 4-bed, 2-bath, but it was built in 2020. Now it comes out to $288 a square foot, which isn't a horrible price per square foot, especially when you're looking at 2020 construction, all the newest features, all the newest builds. So you know that everything should work very well, should last you quite a bit of time. You don't need to put much money into it to make it yours. And you are living in one of the best master plan communities out here in Centennial Hills in the northwest area of Las Vegas. A lot of development still going on in the area. A lot of growth still going on in the area, and just a great place to come and take a look at. Like I said, if you want that new, this is what you're looking at. And what's even more cool is this is a single story, and a lot of the homes in this development are a single story as well. In fact, we're going to jump around in the car. We'll take a look at some of the homes in the area, give you an idea of what Sky Canyon looks like, and then you know what, that'll be it for today. And as always, I want to thank you for watching. Go ahead and comment below which house you liked, if you thought those houses were decent, if you thought that might be something that you'd like to look at. I'd be more than happy to give you a hand with it. My info's in the description. Call, text, email, book a Zoom call. It's all down there below. But anyways, let's get back in the car, take a look around, and if I don't see you in the neighborhood, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.